You can find movies on over-the-air channel 13.3. Movies. Our name says it all.
The Justice Network is here. If you haven't tuned in, you're missing a great lineup of gripping stories of real crime, plus an unprecedented effort by viewers like you to play an active role in making your community safer. You can help support law enforcement by providing information that may lead to the apprehension of dangerous criminals or find a missing child. Great shows and your chance to fight crime, only on the Justice Network.
Me? You got me?
MeTV is memorable entertainment television.
Sure sounds good.
With a lineup of classic television shows you remember.
I remember years later.
And shows you can discover for the very first time.
What a good stuff.
There he is.
To me?
You can watch MeTV Fresno on Xfinity 375 starting August 25th.
Are you gonna watch me or ain't you?
MeTV is memorable entertainment television.
Hi, I'm John Malos. Welcome to this live edition of Connect with Me on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this day. Glad you're along on a Thursday morning. We have a first-time guest here, and you will recognize his face, a long-time television personality here in the Fresno Central Valley area. We're also going to talk a little bit about the Pope, his historic speech to Congress this morning. You can call in, my friends. We have an open line, and I know once you find out who the guest is, you will want to call in. 436-MeTV. Option 11. Back in a moment.
Tonight I want to discuss the importance of the television medium to the American people.
And welcome back to the program here on Connect with Me. I'm so glad you're here on a Thursday morning and excited to be here, and the week is almost over. Incredible. A couple of programming notes before we get to the channels. I do want to mention tomorrow's program. We will have Peter Nazaridian in talking about narcissism. Tomorrow, he's that family therapist, Peter Nazaridian, a regular here on the program. We'll talk about narcissistic people, I guess, and all the signs and everything else, okay? So I guess I better pay attention to my own program tomorrow, right? Hey, I do want to mention also this coming Saturday, on September the 26th between 6 and 10:30 p.m. at Arte Americas, 1630 Van Ness Avenue here in Fresno. You are more than welcome to attend a charity event for the nonprofit organization Angels of Grace. It benefits foster children. It's $55 a person and $10 per child. We'll have more on that tomorrow morning as the program progresses. In the meantime, we are here to remind you that you are watching us live on Comcast 375 as usual, 10 to 11 o'clock in the morning, 1 hour of your television viewing pleasure. And then the replay comes over the air broadcast, 13.6 at 2 o'clock, 8 o'clock tonight, 4.6 Biz TV. That's in prime time. You can catch us on YouTube 24/7. Hey, how about the John Malos Twitter account? There it is. It has not changed. I've got to update it, but certainly it is the same Twitter account. All right, let's talk a little bit before we get into the main thrust of this program. The Pope Francis giving that historic speech to Congress earlier this morning. I spent the better part of my morning watching that speech live on television. Let's go to the videotape, my friends, show you exactly what I'm talking about. Pope Francis urged the United States of America to heal the open wounds of the planet torn by hatred, greed, poverty, and pollution. He backed the issues largely favored by liberals in this country. He talked about the excesses of capitalism. He endorsed environmental legislation and a plea across the globe to abolish the death penalty. He also talked about gun control, arms trade. He actually condemned arms trade. The Pope also defended religious freedom and the traditional family at a time when the U.S. legalized gay marriage. On Tuesday, on this program, right here in the studio, we will have the Reverend Monsignor Raymond C. Dreiling in the studio live. You can call him and talk to him and ask him questions about the Pope. He is from the Roman Catholic Diocese, and so the Pope today making history, addressing a joint session of Congress. It's the first time a pope has addressed members of Congress in this country. So Pope Francis going to eat with the homeless afterwards. Anyway, let's get to the main thrust of our program here today on Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno. And I must say that the guest on this program today is the most honest, the most genuine of people that I've ever met in broadcasting. And I say that with all honesty, my friends, with a straight face. I have never heard him say anything bad about anyone. And I got to tell you something, I have not heard one person say anything bad about my guest today. He is always friendly, he is always outgoing, he is always in a good mood, he is always smiling despite what he is faced with. Not your typical broadcasting person. He is now retired after a remarkable 40-year career at ABC Channel 30. Just watch.
Throughout the San Joaquin Valley. Not so good, of course, for the foothills where the thunderstorms are brewing, the ones you showed us there. But cloudy skies out here, keeping things rather comfortable at the ABC 30 Event Center. And this is a guy in charge right here. This is my boss, Tim Sarquist. No, he's not the boss. He's in the promotions department. And this is the table where we sign autographs. Nancy will be here tonight, as will, I think, Dale and Warren. I'll be here. But look at these pictures, huh? I just took these pictures of Warren and Nancy just a couple of minutes ago. Aren't they beautiful? They will sign those. But no, you can also get a plastic bag or a visor, and we're going to take you into the bleachers area because you can watch Action News live. That is, if I don't fall and knock things over. But you can get a look at, I'm going to give you a look at the audience here and make them wave to you. How about waving to the camera here, you guys? Yeah, see, they're nice and comfortable. If it should rain, you would be covered. And maybe I can give you a quick peek at the two anchor people there. There they are. They're working right there. Yeah, Warren and Nance are working. You got to love them. They're out here. They never get distracted by whatever I say. All right, we're going to send it back to Warren and Nance up there.
CO8.
It is a beautiful day up here.
Yeah,
so back to you guys up there.
Now it is my pleasure to introduce Angelo Stalis, the one-time weatherman at ABC Channel 30, a remarkable, as I said, 40-year career over there. I mean, how many people in broadcasting can actually say they stayed in one job, one place for that many years? But he really is a genuine guy, an honest guy, and he is true blue. What you see is what you get. 436 MeTV, option 11. We are back here with the program today talking with Angelo Stalis in just a moment.
Revin is now on KVHF channel 4.4.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Whirlpool appliances we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Touch the new Whirlpool Ice Collection. It offers a modern style made to create an inspiring kitchen experience. Save big on this Whirlpool Black Ice or White Ice kitchen. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Hey, back here on the program on a Thursday morning. I'm so glad you are here. It's 436 MeTV option 11. The phone number has not changed. Well, actually, that's not true. We had a different phone number 4 years ago, but do we want to get into that right now? No, we don't want to waste time on that. It's 436 MeTV option 11 if you want to call in and ask a question. So happy to welcome in Angelo Stalis.
Great
How
to
are
be
you,
here,
my
Yanni.
Greek friend. How are you?
Yanni, I call you because
I know it's that's my Greek name. Yanni. Yanni. Did you go to Greek Fest this year, by the way?
I did not go this year. Yeah, we were sad not to go. We went out of town. Right around that time, so unable to make it. But
I'm sad to report I wasn't able to go either, and I
here,
I don't know.
Two Greeks didn't make it.
I know, 2 Greeks didn't make it, but you know what? I can't remember what my excuse was. I don't recall what I was doing at that time.
You had eaten too much food. Didn't eat
No, I was laid up.
No, that is the best festival around. One of the best. I mean, with all the great food that they have out there, especially the lamb chops. That's what I love.
I know. I love all the Greek food, although now I got the 2 stents put in. I got to watch it.
You take it easy, baby.
Take it easy, my friend. Take it easy. So how's retirement?
It's wonderful, John. It's great. It's beautiful. 2 years now. 2 years.
Oh my gosh.
And we have 10 grandkids. We follow those kids around at all their ball games that I never used to be able to see.
Yeah.
Because you don't have grandchildren yet, but when you do,
hang on, caller. Get to you in a moment. Go ahead.
You'll realize that these kids, the grandkids, grow up so quickly. It's just amazing. So it's wonderful for my wife and me to get out there, see them play soccer, baseball, or whatever, water polo.
But then the best thing is at night, around 6, 7, 8 o'clock, you can send them home.
Yeah,
you don't have no more changing diapers, no more.
my wife did a lot of that.
Oh,
At one point, she had about 7 grandkids that she was taking care of.
Oh.
And 4 of them in diapers.
But you know what? It's gratifying, like you said. It's gratifying.
Oh,
it's a blessing.
It is a blessing.
Yeah.
You know, at that point in your life, you realize that you missed a lot with your children.
I know.
And so now your grandchildren, this is a new thing. You know,
yeah.
It's wonderful.
Caller, you're on the air with Angelo Stalis. Go ahead.
Yeah, Angelo, I want to just tell you, I miss you. I wish you could have gone another 10 more years.
Thank you.
Every time I would turn on Channel 30 for the weather, whether it was rainy or shiny or foggy, whatever, you made it the weather shine, no matter what the weather was. I really miss you because you brought a lot of happiness to a lot of people, and I really, really miss that. You know, I'm 66 years old anyway, but
I'm 69.
Picked up until when I heard you were going to retire. Oh my God! I said I'm going to miss that glow that he has, and makes people feel good. Now it's all about competitive. Young people coming in and really don't know what it is just to give the weather. And I really appreciate you, and I miss you. So I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, but I wish you would be back in 10 more years.
Yeah,
That's all I want to let you know.
That'd be great.
Wow, thank you.
What a wonderful call that really is. And
that was my brother, I think.
No, well,
no.
Hey,
no,
there's another.
I'm joking.
There's some other weather guy in town. I forget his name. He's a Greek.
It rhymes with, oh no.
What is that guy? Have you ever met that guy? You know that guy?
I certainly have. And in my career, I've been called by his name rather than my name because he's such a well-known guy, and you know who we're talking about.
All right. Now, you've known Kopi for how long? Since you were kids?
We were altar boys together at the St. George Greek Orthodox Church. He, of course, is just a wonderfully dedicated person to the church. Me, I'm sort of laid back guy, but I love St. George. I love Kopi. I love you too. You're the greatest.
I love you too.
Not just because you're Greek, but
what other kind of qualities do you think I have?
Let's talk about Kopi.
None.
No. I know you have Kopi. You have Kopi on your show.
No, I know. Kopi's a great guy. He's 85, by the way, and he's still going like the Energizer Bunny.
That's right. I just visited him at the old folks home.
At the old folks home. Caller, you're on the air with Angelo Stalis. Go ahead.
Yes, good morning. It's a pleasure talking to you, Angelo. You are greatly missed on the weather.
Thank you.
Of all the weather people on the air now, no comparison.
Oh, thank you.
None at all. A lot of times they even make mistakes.
Oh, well, I made plenty. I made plenty of mistakes.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, you say you have 10 grandchildren?
Yes.
Okay, enjoy them. They are the best thing ever. I'm a grandma of 5 grandsons and 1 granddaughter. Unfortunately, I lost my eyesight before my first grandson was born, So I have no idea what my grandkids look like.
Oh,
I had
I'm sorry.
been looking forward to being a grandma, do things with them that I didn't get to do with my children, and I didn't get to. So enjoy your grandkids. You're a very lucky man.
Oh, thank you so much. You enjoy your grandkids too. You can wrap your arms around them, even though you've lost your eyesight. You know, just give them all of your love from your heart, and that's what my wife and I try to do.
And they just love me to death. And whenever they see me, they just don't know what to do. They're all excited.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There is that excitement that is not explainable. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing.
And they get to go home afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
That's the best part of it.
Bye-bye. Yeah, just say.
Go home.
Little ice cream cone. Goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
We spoil them, but the parents get to deal with them.
I give mine ice cream for dinner, you know. How about that?
Atta baby.
I'm
Way
kidding.
to
I'm
go.
kidding.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I keep hitting
No,
your
no, that's
microphone.
okay.
I'm sorry.
That's
It
okay.
was nice talking to you.
Same here. Thank you for calling. Appreciate it.
Thank you. That's what I'm going to do to my grandkids. I'm going to give them ice cream, Oreo cookies for dinner.
Oh, yeah. Oreo cookies.
And then just send them home.
Oh, gosh. I feel guilty doing that, but it has happened. I'm not joking in that regard. We've given them ice cream, chocolate syrup at dinner time.
Don't worry about it.
That's no good.
Hey, that's the way to do it.
Then I'll say, do you want some dinner?
Oh, you're not hungry? Oh, that's okay. Don't worry. Your mom's going to pick you up in an hour.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and I do say that.
So give me some advice, since you have 10 grandkids.
Yes.
I've got 2 kids. I got a 14-year-old who thinks he's 45. Okay, he's bossing me.
I know,
I have
Alexander.
a daughter who is 12 who is bossing me. She acts like she is my mom and is bossing me.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Yeah.
And so when they don't do what I want them to do and I get angry with them, do I still hug them and love them?
Yes, you have to do both at appropriate times, you know.
Yeah.
You don't want
So
to
I
do
have
that.
to be stern and loving at the same time.
You do. You do.
Okay. How do you do that?
And, you know, I do that with the grandchildren a little bit. I give
Yeah.
them, you know, if something is going wrong and I don't like
Hang on, caller.
you know, if I have to reprimand, and when they were younger, I did that. I reprimanded them several times, each of the 10. Well,
Yeah.
let's see. The oldest ones, maybe not so much, because they lived in the Hanford area.
Hang on, caller. I'll get to you in a moment.
But God bless them. Right after the reprimand, I feel guilty.
Yeah, me
you know?
too.
And so I'm flooding them with love, you know, before they go home.
Yeah, but I get upset at their, you know, like my son, he brings home a, you know, I look at, I'm every week or something, the school texts me the grades. And if I see a grade that's down, I just get so upset. I don't know how to deal with it.
Well, how
you know?
far down? How far? One notch?
Well, it's a few notches, you know, because, no, it's because he doesn't want to do the work. He wants to, you know,
He's a bright young man. I know, Alexander. I know.
I know.
He's a very bright young man.
I know, but I got to light the fire under him. I don't know how to do that. I'll send him to your house.
All right. We could take him to church.
Caller, you're on the air with Angelo Stalis. Go ahead. Caller?
Good morning, you two.
Good morning.
I don't like interrupting you. I like hearing the little repartee going on between you.
Oh,
but I just
okay.
wanted to state, I remember Angelo, and I remember Al Radka.
Oh,
I grew up in this valley.
Al
and I
Radka.
also remember one thing. When they first started bringing in the meteorologists to give the weather, I always knew that if I watched Angelo, he always gave the right forecast.
Thanks.
And
appreciate it.
Time and time again. And that's what I miss the most, because none of these people seem to be able to hit it on the head as much as you did. And it's great seeing you again. I hope you continue to enjoy your grandchildren and your afterlife. I mean, after television.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
Thanks for all the years you were on the air, and really enjoyed you.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
All right, another great call. It's got to make you feel good, and I bet you
It
do
does.
miss Channel 30, don't you?
I do. You know, that 43 years grand total, 37-ish on the air as a weathercaster.
Oh, it's 43 total?
43 total, John.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and those things you said about honesty and those wonderful things you said. Oh, who's, yeah. Oh, that
photo of you.
That
What is
scene.
that?
I'll never forget that scene.
What year was that?
That was in Philadelphia in a car wash. And I was sweating profusely because it was, 90% humidity back there in July whenever we did that. And they wanted me to sing, for crying out loud. Okay, Stalis, roll down the window. And I can't remember the line now. But they rented out a house for that particular commercial. They rented out a house, a 2-story house, and all I had to do was pull open a shade and sing "On a Clear Day." That was the first line.
Wow.
And the guy said, the director said, "Can you smile when you do this line?" And I said, "Sure." I couldn't do it. I was
just
tense.
You were tight.
Tense, yeah.
You were tight.
I was. I'm sorry, but that was tough. But
caller, hang on a moment, please.
As the years went by, I gained more confidence, John. You know,
yeah.
It took me a while. It took me a while to gain confidence.
Well, it takes everybody a long time to gain confidence. I mean, it took me years to feel comfortable as I do now. I mean, now, I mean, if
you always seem comfortable.
Well,
you seem great. You seem great to me.
Look, if
the time.
If the roof caved in, I'd just sit here and go, "Oh, hey, the roof is caving in now." But you know, back in the early days, I'd go, "Oh my God, what do I do?"
Yeah. Some of those anchors go right under the desk. I've seen those earthquake shots.
Well,
but as those early years went by, I worked with people like Roger Rocca, whom you don't remember, I don't think, do you? Roger Rocca, who was just a wonderful newscaster, news director at Channel 30 in the early days. Karen Humphrey, one of the first female anchor women in Fresno. She became our mayor.
Never met her, but I heard of her.
Yeah, she became our mayor. Then she was a lobbyist, I believe, up in Sacramento. But those days, those people were my mentors and helped me gain confidence.
And you work with the greats like John Wallace, Nancy Osborne, Rich Rodriguez.
All those folks.
I mean, they're great folks.
Every one of those folks helped me gain more confidence as the years went by, you know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have been a basket case.
Hey, you work with Rudy Trevino, too?
Rudy Trevino.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yes, he's
great guy.
He was a 5 o'clock anchor.
Yeah. Caller, go ahead. You're on the air.
John, hey, Angelo.
Yes.
I'm going to play Ralph Edwards for you today.
Okay.
And I'm going to kind of be both. You're going to, I'm Ralph Edwards, and you're going to find out who I am. Okay, first, I'm going to dialogue with you a little bit. I'm going to put first hint, Sanger Apache.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
You're not Jim Caprillion, are you?
No. You're close. You're close. Second hint, Lamb Shanks and Continental Market.
Oh my God, Lamb Shanks. Wait a second.
Who could that be?
Did I work with you at Continental Market?
No. You indirectly, no. I wasn't a paid employee.
Is your last name Ashton?
Yes. Oh, Angelo, I had more to ask you. I was going to say, you're a delicatessen connoisseur. Everything you want to know about a delicatessen, but we're afraid to ask.
Wait, you delivered?
You guessed it.
You delivered to Continental Market, didn't you? When I was there, I was a deli boy. I was an apprentice butcher. God help me.
Oh my God.
I was an apprentice butcher. I swept the floors. Wait, you're Jim, right? Jim Ashton?
Edward
Ashton.
Villetti.
Okay, you used to bring the string cheese that
The string cheese, right.
I could not eat enough of that. I love it.
The key word was I need more room.
That's right, and Speed, our manager in the meat department, wouldn't give it to you, but you know, that's a popular product to this day.
Yes.
Look at all the brands that make string cheese now, Edward.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and even Kraft's came out with string cheese. The guy used to tease me, the salesperson on Kraft's, about 10 years later, he used to tease me saying, we're coming out with string cheese. 10 years later, it came out. It actually came out. He's teasing me, but it did. The prophecy showed up. And plus, everybody else with string cheese along with it. What do we got?
Do you guys still have your string cheese in the market?
No, that's history.
Oh, that is, okay. Gosh,
that's
it's great.
gone, but not forgotten.
It is amazing hearing your voice now. You're taking me back to the 60s.
Yeah, and then we're having a reunion. The class of 62
we could.
In Sanger High this Saturday is a last and final reunion.
1962.
Last and final?
Yeah.
Wait,
that's what they said.
Did you all pass away?
That's what they're saying.
Look at this photo of you. Look at this photo
Oh,
of you.
my God.
Can you see that, Edward, on the screen? Look at that photo of Angelo.
Yeah.
I don't know what year that was.
Eddie, don't look at that picture. You know, there's something.
I think that's when, when color television first came out, wasn't it?
That's right. It was only half color.
It was only half color.
No, that looks like Ralph Edwards from a distance.
You know, this guy, Eddie, was, I was at Continental, Continental Market, the history of Continental Market, you guys don't know this, but it was one of the first big supermarkets in Fresno. The Boscas family, I just had dinner with Ernie Boscas. In fact, he'd be a great guest on your show. But Ernie Boscas, his dad started Continental Market in the Bay Area, and they moved to Fresno. But Eddie can attest to this. That was a great store.
Gosh.
Just part of the history. Right,
Boy.
Eddie?
It was a great one.
So Edward, I got to go to break, but Eddie, tell me. Tell me. No, wait a minute. Eddie, are you still there? Yeah.
I'm here.
What's the one thing you remember about Angelo in those days, prior to him becoming a television star?
I think he was going to school at the time.
Yeah.
And he was focused on his work. And I can't say that's what he wanted to be, his job career, but he did a good job.
He did a good job. Was he friendly, outgoing, nice?
Yeah. I thought he was. I thought he came across pretty friendly. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Thank you. Thank you, Eddie.
Thanks.
You're the greatest, Eddie. Gosh, it's great hearing your voice. And you know what? My wife is a Sanger Apache. She graduated in '64. I'm Fresno High graduate, class of '64. So it's nice talking to you, a Sanger Apache. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Eddie.
Thank you.
All right, Eddie.
Okay,
Thanks, Eddie.
See you next time. Bye.
Oh, my.
That is great.
I haven't had this much fun on a show like this for a long time. Thanks for being here. All right, 436 Me TV option 11. Do call in. We got Angelo Stalis. Let's put up that photo. That was during the days when color first came out. I got to put that photo. Look at that. That is amazing. That is an amazing photo.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Holy cow.
Look at the TV.
Yeah.
Ventura TV doesn't sell those anymore. I had that TV. I had that. Yeah, that
looks like a Zenith television,
I think
or an RCA
mine
or
was
something.
Quasar. Mine was Motorola, Yeah, it was a great TV.
All right. 436 Me TV option 11. Having too many laughs here on the program. Back in a moment.
Hi, I'm John Wallace, and I'm here to talk about digital TV. Many people ask, what is DTV? Well, it's digital television. You can pay for it via cable or satellite, or you can get it free directly from broadcast TV stations. A few years ago, when I was anchoring the local news, over-the-air viewers could only get maybe 7 or 8 channels. Well, now that broadcast TV stations are digital, there are more channels than ever, and more are coming soon. Gone are the days of snowy and ghosting images. With broadcast DTV, all channels are crystal clear and they sound great. You can watch America's best classic TV shows. Get all the major networks, plus local and world news, sports, foreign language, shopping, music video, and movie channels absolutely free. When it comes to high definition, broadcast HD channels look better than paid TV services because broadcast stations don't compress their signals like cable and satellite, so their HD programming has higher resolution, more detail, and crisper pictures. Best of all, there are no monthly charges, ever, because broadcast DTV is a free service. How do you get the free broadcast DTV? Well, it's simple. If you have a newer digital TV or an older TV with a digital converter box, all you need is an antenna. Plug the antenna into your TV or converter box and then scan for channels. You may have to rotate your antenna just slightly to get the most channels. For best results, I recommend using a new aesthetically pleasing outdoor antenna. Just set up the antenna, scan, and watch. Affordable antenna kits are available as low as $35 and can be found on our website. You concerned about installing a new antenna? We can recommend a professional installer who will come to your home and get you completely set up for a reasonable fee. It's that simple. Did I tell you? It's free. Visit freetvfresno.com to learn more about free DTV. Channel 30 has long been the #1 choice for television here in the Valley. On Monday, September 9th, the ABC television network joins Channel 30. The station's strong local commitment to you continues with action news. And soon, popular shows like Dynasty and Hotel. Keep watching. What's best about television continues here on Channel 30.
I'm Dan Taylor. We're grateful that Channel 30 has long been the #1 choice for television here in the Valley. On Monday, September 9th, the ABC television network joins Channel 30. The station's strong local commitment to you continues with action news. And soon, such popular sports as NFL Monday Night Football and the World Series. Keep watching. What's best about television continues here on Channel 30.
I'm Nancy Osborne. We're grateful that Channel 30 has long been the #1 choice for television here in the Valley. And on Monday, September 9th, the ABC television network joins us at Channel 30. This station's strong local commitment to you continues with action news and Fresno's favorite shows like Jeopardy and 360, the Action News magazine. So keep watching. What's best about television stays here on Channel 30.
Coming Sunday, September 8th at 8 p.m. The big premiere party. You're invited. The Action News team delivers a sneak peek of the new season on Channel 30 and the ABC television network to celebrate in grand style. See the movie that began it all.
I really have to be poor to turn you on.
Dynasty, the movie, plus a salute to Fresno's centennial. This is your special invitation. Sunday, September 8th at 8 p.m. here on Channel 30.
All right, Channel 30, you saw the promo there. That was back in 1985. Remember all those programs, Divorce Court and Dynasty? And that's when you made the switch over, I think, from CBS to ABC at that time.
You're right. That was tough.
Oh.
Even for those of us working in the business, we would tune to see the 49ers.
Yeah.
And they weren't there.
They weren't.
Where'd they go? You know, I don't know. It's crazy. But we learned.
Yeah, but I mean, look, in the early days of ABC, it was Cap Cities, right?
Oh, Cap Cities. You want me to talk for 20 minutes about Cap Cities?
Let's take this call
I love those
first.
guys. Oh,
let's
sure.
take this call.
You bet.
Caller, you've been patient and waiting, for a long time. I appreciate it. And what's your question? Caller, you're on the air. Yeah, you're on the air.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm really enjoying your guest that you're having on today, and I have two comments that I'll speak to his popularity, in not only in Fresno but probably in the Valley, is that it was back in the 80s, and it was in the evening time, maybe 5, 6 o'clock, and I was at the old Popolo's Pizza on Shaw and Marks. It's not there anymore, but I was there eating pizza with a couple of friends, and we were just sitting there for a while, and then we happened to turn, and then we saw some gentleman that was, I don't know if he was by himself or not, but he was sitting there eating, and we looked, and we said, wait, that looks like Angelo Stalis. No, that can't be Angelo Stalis. No, that looks like Angelo Stalis. And then somebody said, go ask him if he's Angelo Stalis. And he said, no, you're not going to ask him if he's Angelo Stalis. He looks like he's enjoying his food, and then we sit there for a few minutes just kind of looking out the corner of our eye. Then we walk out and before he did, and then we said, that was Angelo Stalis. I'm sure it was. I got a good look at him. And we were what? High school kids. So you figure high school boys, they're not going to really, a weatherman, they're not going to remember who a weatherman is. But this was Angelo Stalis, so everybody recognized Angelo Stalis.
Oh, that's a great story. I really appreciate it.
And then my other one is, back in those days, we used to ask, like, somebody would ask you, well, what's the weather going to be like today or tomorrow? And you'd say, well, I saw Angelo Stalis said it was going to be 85 today. And they go, oh, okay, I guess it's going to be 85 degrees.
That's right.
So we all got our weather before the internet and all these different, weather channels. We got it from Angelo Stalis. If he said it was going to be 85, it was 85, and nobody.
You're the greatest.
That is 9.
You're the greatest. Thank you for that. Appreciate it
Very
so much.
heartwarming. Thank you very much. So that brings up the question, two-part question.
Was I eating pizza?
Were you eating pizza? That's number one.
I probably was.
That's okay. There's nothing.
You're
Greek, but you love pizza.
I do. Yeah. And they have Greek pizza nowadays.
Yeah, I know they do. I've been to Greece. I know. I've seen it over there. They all smoke in Greece too. You notice that?
They do. Yeah. Why do
they all smoke and they drink and they got 2 cigarettes, one in each hand.
We need to educate them.
Yeah, but they live longer than we do. I don't get that.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. They do. I
guess you're right. I think
we're too high stressed over here. I think we need to loosen up, huh?
All right, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Let me ask you. So, in your younger day, did you ever think that you wanted to be a television personality here in the Central Valley? And now that you obviously had a 43-year career and you are one, how do you handle local celebrity? Being a local celebrity, how do you handle it?
Yeah, it's amazing, John. As far as handling being famous, locally, it wasn't easy. The spotlight is not good to me.
You don't like the spotlight?
I get nervous. Even now, I have this nervousness, being on the air. I enjoy it.
People won't like you, or what?
No, I don't know what it is.
Because everybody loves you.
I grew up. I'm not an introvert. I'm not an extrovert. I'm in the middle of the road there, Okay. So sometimes everything goes smoothly, just like when I was doing the weather. But other times, hey, that one.
You look like a movie star there.
That one was my favorite weather commercial back in Philadelphia again.
Yeah.
We had Joe Frazier's, Joe Frazier, the boxer.
Yeah.
His backup singers, because he was a singer for like one day.
I remember that. That was bad.
Yeah, I bet. But his singers were sweethearts. They were part of this commercial, and then there were 3 other people dressed as clouds and sunshine and stuff like that.
What movie star do you look like there?
Well, hey, I like to think Kopi Soteropoulos. I like to think.
Hey, guys in the studio, Kevin Spacey maybe a little bit, or who?
Spaced out.
Spaced out. Maybe. Okay.
No.
I don't know. That's a great photo. That's a great looking photo. What year? What circa was that?
That was in the 80s also. You know, my boss said, Stalis, they want to put your name in a neon sign, Angelo, and it's going to cost $15,000. I told him no.
My boss, like Kevin Spacey there.
Yeah, that's my family in the lower left-hand corner there. It's my wife, Barbara, my daughter, Wendy, my daughter, Kimberly, and my daughter, Nicolette.
Yeah.
And I sang to them. They weren't there. They weren't there. They wouldn't let me take my family back east. But I sang to them. I had to take a shower and put soap in my hair and wear a swimsuit. But everybody asked me if I didn't wear a swimsuit. But those are what you asked me the early days.
You don't handle celebrity well, is what you were saying.
I don't.
No.
That's right. I don't.
You're kind of
on the shy side.
You're kind of in the middle, though. Kind of in the middle.
Kind of in the middle. But in those early days, it was amazing how. If I were the manager, I would have fired that Angelo Stalis in those early days because it was kind of rough. It was rough. Roger Rocca, Gus Zernial, who still holds, I believe, or is tied with a Major League Baseball record. God bless him. He's passed away.
Yeah. I used to love to watch TV on my parents' TV that looked just like that. Just like that, baby.
The best TV.
Watch the moonwalk on that TV.
I think you should tell Ventura TV to sell those. Bring them back.
Yeah.
Bring them back.
Hey, listen.
Digital, of course.
Yeah. And there's Kevin Spacey again right there.
Kevin, Angelo spaced out.
Listen, I gotta put a couple of quotes up on the screen. And one of them is from your former coworker, Nancy Osborne. God bless her. I talked to her on the phone the other day, yesterday. This is what she said. It's amazing to know somebody who was honest and loving and careful and no bones to pick against anybody. No, you had no bones against anybody. That's the quote from Nancy Osborne, your coworker.
She is the greatest. You know, I can remember the day that she and John Wallace started at Channel 30. They took over in, I believe it was 77.
They were co-anchors, or were they?
They were co-anchors. Walter Liss, our general manager at that time.
What year was that again?
was about 77.
Oh my God!
Put them on the air, and our ratings just went sky high. It was just an amazing thing to see those two on the air, you know, and then eventually they put me on the air. Well, I was on the air, I guess, by that time.
Another quote from another one of your former co-workers, now at KMPH Fox 26, Rich Rodriguez.
Rich!
See if I can read this. The greatest guy I've ever had the pleasure of working with. I mean it. Guy was just fun. He made me laugh on TV.
Oh,
Rich
gosh.
Rodriguez is very, I mean,
I can tell you.
He has a very big soft spot in his heart for you. I know he does.
Rich is just such a great friend. And you know what? We used to laugh so much that we got in trouble. And it's
How
inappropriate. Well, I can remember
Did you make him laugh?
He would make me laugh. He has this little smirk on his mouth. And I was always thinking he's ready to laugh, but not Rich. Rich is just the greatest friend. But during a station break, I remember this vividly. We had two stories that were just inappropriate back to back. And when we ran these two stories, I could not stop laughing, you know, and then he started laughing. And guess what? I had to do the weather in that next segment.
Oh
so
my
I go
gosh.
to the chroma key wall to stand there, talk about the weather, and I laughed through the weather, looking at Rich, trying to gain my composure, could not. The next day at a softball tournament, our boss...
Hold on, caller.
Our boss, Mark Edwards, who would never...
I remember him.
Yeah, the greatest. I love that boss. He was one of the
He chewed
best.
you out, did he?
He came out to the baseball game and chewed us out. He never came out to the baseball games. But he came out and he said, Stalis, Rich, what are you guys doing? I have company in town. You know, you're laughing on the air. And I said, well, you know, I couldn't control myself. But you know what? People tell me, and maybe you've heard this too, that when you laugh on the air, it's a good thing, as long as you don't overdo that.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. People love to hear and see laughter.
I have somebody watching right now who doesn't like my laugh on the air.
No?
No.
Really?
No. Thinks I sound like a goonball.
Who's that?
Well, I can't mention names here right now, but I got to take this call here right now. I can't help it. I mean, it's the way I laugh. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Laugh's all right, John.
Angelo, let me ask you a question now. To become an anchor person, male or female, do they get them from reporters on the field? I really, you know what? I really love this one reporter. I think it's Amanda Villegas. She's got the same smile as you, no matter where they put her. And it makes me glow every time. Here, I'm an old man, but it makes me glow like you did when you were on the weather. But Amanda is on Channel 3, but she does a lot of the reporting outside. You know, like boy, I loved her. I mean, it's just a smile. It's not because she's an attractive reporter, but they gotta put her on one of the anchors there on Channel 30. It would make a difference because when she does take over when someone's sick or whatever, or a day off, she really glows like you did when you were, on the air. Well,
I agree with you.
But that's what I want to know. How do they get the people to go into, an anchor? That's all I want to know.
Well, I'll tell you what, she has anchored on the weekends. You're talking about Amanda Venegas, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. She's just so articulate, has so much presence on the air. She's a great reporter. She's a great anchor. She has that warmth, that you got to have it. You have to have that empathy with your audience, if that's the correct word. But
yeah, she is good.
She is great. And
very good.
Channel 30 has been fortunate over the years to have hired a lot of people, except one guy. Last name is Stalis. They screwed up.
I don't know who that is. I have no idea who you're talking about. So tell me about Dan Taylor, because I miss him on the air.
Oh, man.
I see him in church once in a while.
Dan
His
is
wife
great.
is Greek.
Yeah.
He just up and quit one day, I guess. He got tired of the business or something, whatever. But I'll let him tell that story. But but what a great guy to work with.
Oh, the greatest. He had such a beautiful mind, not just sports.
Creative, huh?
He could remember news events and would help reporters in the newsroom, bring back a fact or two from a story that happened maybe years ago. He could remember that without looking it up on the computer.
Yeah.
He was just the greatest sports guy because he was encyclopedic. You know, he could
wow.
He could quote
photographic memory.
Photographic memory is, and he's a local boy. He graduated from Hoover High School. He's doing well now. He's written 2 books. He wrote one book on the Bulldogs World Series baseball team, College World Series baseball team.
2008.
2008. Thank you. And he just wrote a book on Mr. Genovese. I'm going to mispronounce the name. A baseball scout.
Okay.
Who is almost 90 years old. And that is a wonderful book. Dan has been going around talking all
about that. Yeah. Hey, we're going to come back with more of our conversation with Angelo Stalis, and of course a beautiful, great 43-year career. Couldn't ask for anything more at ABC Channel 30. And by the way, when we come back, we'll ask him, you know, he went to high school with Tom Seaver. You know who Tom Seaver is?
Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
The best.
He won the World Series in 1969 when I was still in middle school. I was a junior high school kid watching the World Series. My mom used to let me stay at home and watch the World Series.
Wow, good.
Yeah, she said, you don't have to go to school. Series is on today.
See that?
Back with more of Angelo in just a moment. You know why?
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Whirlpool appliances we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Touch the new Whirlpool Ice Collection. It offers a modern style made to create an inspiring kitchen experience. Save big on this Whirlpool Black Ice or White Ice kitchen. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Hello, I'm John Walsh. The Justice Network is seen here in Fresno and made possible by the Ventura Broadcasting Company. To see how law enforcement all across Central California are fighting crime, watch Local Choice with Austin Reed, where you'll see interviews and special reports with those who keep us safe every day. Local Choice with Austin Reed, daily on the Justice Network, Fresno, exclusively on KVBC Channel 13.5.
Back here with Angelo Stalis, and a caller is waiting to talk to him. Go ahead, you're on the air.
Yes, do you guys remember Al Radke?
Absolutely. The best, a man with a heart of gold. I used to direct some of his programs at Channel 30, and I can tell you that man, I was a director, and nervous director. My hands would shake in those early days, but Al would never get mad if I made a mistake. And then after the show, I'll just tell you what kind of a guy he was. He would write a thank you note, but not just a short little note. He would write around the edges of the note as well, and then turn it over and fill up the back of the note.
Who was he writing these notes to?
He was just saying thank you for directing the show, even if I screwed up.
Oh, okay.
Because he had a lot of programs in those days that were 1 hour long, 20 minutes long. The man would do 5 20-minute public service shows in a row on a Thursday afternoon.
Okay. So when they screw up here, should I write little notes?
Yeah,
Thank
you should.
Notes?
Yeah, the
even
crew.
when the crew kind
Listen,
because I foul up all the time.
It would
too.
it would be appreciated, John. You should do it.
Okay, I should.
I'll write them for you.
Okay.
I'll send them in.
All right. I'm not getting much laughter there in the background, but
no.
I mean, we all mess up. But Al Radke, I heard, was a great guy. I never met him. I didn't.
He was
I'm
Mr.
not from Fresno, but
Mr. Fresno is the nickname that he eventually got. You know, he was just everywhere. And you know, you talk about sports. He started the Hot Stove League in Fresno. I'm going to get this wrong, but the guy was just a wonderful person.
All right.
Both at the TV station and in the community. He did so much.
Is the caller still there or gone? He's gone. Okay.
So, thank you.
Question about Tom Seaver. You went to high school with him?
Yeah, I was a sophomore and Tom was a senior. I was
Did you know him a little bit?
A little bit. I was on the B basketball team and he was on varsity.
Oh, you played basketball too.
And the guy was shorter than I am. I'm 5'8". At that time, he was just a short guy. You know, it was amazing.
I wonder when the spurt happened.
It happened in college, I think, and he went into the Marines. But yeah, what a guy. He played basketball and baseball, of course. Fresno High had so many champions go through that school that it's unbelievable. You know, it's
Didn't Cher go there?
Cher, yeah.
Cher went but that was
Cher was there for 2 days. No.
Did you see her?
No.
But you saw Tom Seaver.
Yeah, Tom Seaver.
Wow.
I can remember him on the bus going to a game. I was on the B team. I was 12th man on a 12-man team.
You were on
I was not very good.
That's pretty cool. I mean, this guy's a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer. He's a great guy. Now he's got a winery up in Napa somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, he's
but one of the greatest pitchers in
No
baseball
kidding.
history.
69 Mets. Huh?
69 Mets, and you went to high school with him. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It is
All
great.
right.
We got a lot of guys that came through Fresno High.
I know.
Do
Including you.
You want me to enumerate them?
Including you.
Including Kobe.
No. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, Angelo, I think I saw you on the fair one time, and I asked you this question about, I used to see on late night TV where they'd give the temperature is like 947 degrees or something. Do you ever recall that?
I do. I think I recall you asking me that. Yeah. Yeah. Occasionally.
But explain to me again. I forgot how that.
Yeah.
How that worked. I mean, how can we have a temperature of 800 degrees?
You know, it's a weathercaster typing the temperature incorrectly, making a typographical error, you know. But I think it still happens today. I think even locally and nationally, you catch these typos because the work is intensive. You get down to making those graphics, and those mistakes will happen, you know, at Murphy's Law, right? It'll happen.
Yeah.
I guess. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for the call.
Well,
I really appreciate it.
I'm glad to see your face on the screen.
Hey, thank you for calling. I appreciate it.
Yeah, a lot of calls today. Thank you, caller. I appreciate that very much. And so here's an email question. How did you resist not leaving Fresno, moving up to a bigger market, becoming famous and all over the country, and then making more money, obviously?
You know,
how'd you resist that?
It occurs to all of us in the business. You know, you kind of think, okay, I'll go to Los Angeles or San Francisco or
New York.
New York.
Yeah.
You know, John, I tried one time.
Really?
This guy who used to work at Channel 30, he was an engineer. He moved to KCBS in Los Angeles, KCBS TV. So he calls me, he says, Stalis, they need a weathercaster on the weekends. Send in your tape, right? I said, okay.
You should have sent that photo.
Listen, I sent that tape.
That would have got you the job right there.
No, they'd say, who is that guy, you know? No,
so what happened? I'm sorry.
I sent that tape, John. I don't recall actually sending a resume, you know, like it is proper now.
It was different back then.
Right. I sent the tape. It came back with no response. It came back. So I said, hey, Fresno's not such a bad place to be.
Listen, don't feel bad. You know how many rejection letters I have stored in my shed at home? Yeah. I mean, enough to wallpaper this room here.
I had a chance. I had a chance one time to do Good Morning America for 1 week.
Did you?
It was a little bit of a chance, you know. My former boss, Phil Buth, who became president of Good Morning America after he left Channel 30. He became president of Good Morning America. He came to Fresno and he said, Stalis, I want you to send me a tape because we're going to look at several weathercasters and you might fill in for, I think it was Sam Champion or somebody. I can't remember. I sent the tape. It was a bad day for me. I screwed up on that air check left and right. And
nothing? No response?
No response. Not even from my former boss. But I've seen him lately, and he loves me. I love him. He's a great guy.
No response 2 times? Did that? Was that? No. Let me ask you seriously. Was that a blow to your ego? Because it was a blow to my ego.
Oh yeah. I agree with you. That hurts.
I mean,
that
all
hurts.
these rejection. I mean, I have a lot of rejection letters at home. I really do, from like the '80s. I wanted to.
But listen, you know, if there's a youngster watching, that is a good point for anybody applying for any kind of a job, is take the bad with the good. And if there's a rejection, just keep moving forward. Keep that dream. Keep that.
One
dream
of those
going.
letters kept my head hanging for at least a week or 2. I mean, really, that hurts. It hurts.
In fact, today I'm still making a tape for Good Morning America, but no, I'm kidding.
No, I mean, I remember one rejection letter from a station in Chicago. Hang on, caller. I mean, he virtually told me I wasn't good enough for a big market.
Oh,
I ended up working in New York, so I mean, but just those words alone, it would. I could still hear. They're ringing in my head.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. At Continental Market, I used to bag.
Hang on, caller. Go ahead.
I used to bag chickens at Continental Market when they were on sale. You know, we bagged thousands of chickens because they were 19 cents a pound back then.
Yeah.
And this guy who I worked with, he said, Stalis, you're not going to make it.
You're not going to make it.
So me and the other chicken bagger, he told me that.
You're not going to make it as a chicken bagger.
I made it in Fresno.
Yeah. Caller, go ahead. You're on the air.
Well, I'm lucky this is on subject. Angelo.
Yes.
Honored to hear your voice again.
Oh, thank you.
My question is that how do you feel about the evolution of Channel 30 to property of Disney? And how did that change the delivery of the news? I mean, as a consumer or an advertising guy, I see maybe 15% of the news is advertising for Disney at this time, if you watch Channel 30.
Okay.
And so I'll take my answer off the air.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for that one. Yeah, that's an interesting one. You know, for about 23 years, I worked for a company called Capital Cities.
Cap Cities, as it was called. I remember them.
Did you work for them too?
No, I wasn't good enough. That was one of the rejection letters I was talking about.
Oh.
They tossed me aside.
Well, they were tough, but they were great. You know, talk about corporate structure.
Yeah.
Vice president after vice president.
Yeah.
They had none of that. Their offices in New York, I believe, only had five guys running the place.
Oh.
And a secretary. And
that's it?
The rest of the entities, television stations and radio stations and newspapers and publishing companies, all ran themselves, you know. And this company was the best. They came to Fresno. They committed $1 million to a minority advisory committee in Fresno. And so they reached out to the community. And for us, it lifted our spirits at Channel 30 because we were down in the dumps with the previous owner.
Yeah.
This Cap Cities was great. Then the changeover, when they retired, they shook hands. It was a $19 billion sale when Disney bought ABC. And, you know, but yeah, it was different when Disney took over. That's a good point. It wasn't quite the same, but still
it was more of a corporate feel.
More of a corporate structure. Yeah. There's still some old Cap Cities guys who are, in fact, the Bob Iger, who is the CEO of Disney, he's an old Cap Cities guy. He was very young then.
Yeah.
But things changed a little bit, but I think the quality is still there. If you look at Channel 30,
there was a guy a long time ago, I think it was 1991 or 92, that was interested in hiring me at WABC in New York, and I think there were Cap Cities then. He was mildly
92,
interested.
yeah, it
92, mildly interested, and I think by coincidence he worked here in Fresno at one time. He was the GM at WABC. I can't remember his name, but I ended up going cross town to work for NBC.
Oh, well, you're in the biggest market in the country.
My gosh. But Angelo, we got like 1 minute left.
Let's extend the show. Listen, I'm on a roll.
Just cut us off.
I'm not nervous.
What's the next program? Is it Quincy? Let's just cut into Quincy.
Quincy. Oh, that's a good show, though. I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
Rockford Files now. Yeah, it's I think that comes on at noon.
Files? Oh.
No, Rockford Files comes on at noon.
Oh, okay.
It's Quincy next, and then Rockford Files. But we got like 30 seconds. You know, you're a great guy, and you're sorely missed.
Hey, you know, John,
you are sorely missed on
this
the
has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love the calls, and
great calls.
You're good to look at too. You know, for Christ's sakes.
for an old man.
You're a good man, John. Thank you for
inviting
me.
I'm an old
man. No, you're not.
I'm an old man.
No, think young.
Listen, I love you,
Appreciate
Angelo.
it. You're the
I
greatest.
love you, man.
You're the greatest.
And I miss you on the air. I really do.
Oh, thank you.
You're a genuine guy, and I appreciate your friendship. Thank you.
Listen, I could do weather. Just put some green here.
You want to do part-time, but once a month?
I could do your weather. Yeah.
Once a month.
I'll call it in, though.
All right. Call it in.
I'll email it.
See you tomorrow on Connect with Me. It's Peter Nazaridian. He's a family therapist, and we'll talk about narcissism. Okay. Tired of talking about me. All right. He's going to talk about me tomorrow. Okay, you're talking about me.
Okay.
I'm just joking. Anyway, that's our guest tomorrow. That's it for us. Thanks, Angelo. See you tomorrow here. Have a great day.
Oh, yeah.
I got to make fun of myself.